A deep dive into AI, artificial intelligence growing at lightning speed. College grads and young workers wonder what the technology means for their careers. And according to a report from Wired, economists at Stanford University say they found the strongest evidence yet that AI is starting to eliminate certain jobs. So it's a good time to bring in Will Knight, senior writer for Wired and author of the AI Lab newsletter. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's break this down. Tell us about this new research and what jobs AI will take.
Hi, yes, thanks for having me. So this report is really interesting. We often hear people say that certain jobs are going to be eliminated or there's going to be widespread unemployment, but actually there's been relatively little data to back that up. So this looked at payroll data for several years, ever since ChatGPT came online. And it shows that rather than specific types of jobs, it's particular categories of jobs and certain types of workers, mostly less experienced younger workers. So this makes sense because tools like ChatGPT can automate some of the simplest tasks, the kinds of things you might have like an intern or a junior person do in certain industries. So in places like coding or customer support, those are areas which are most sort of vulnerable to AI.
Let's talk about the good side of this, okay? It's not going to take all jobs. AI could actually create opportunities, and where might we see those?
Right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's important to note that another thing that they found was in some cases, people saw, even in those industries, saw their job opportunities increase sometimes because there are new roles for people to oversee AI and make sure that it's not making mistakes. So then now, one of the things is we don't know how things are going to pan out in the future, but this does suggest that there may be new categories of work. And the economists behind this recommend that what we need to do is start to think about maybe better ways of having AI and humans work together. So they recommend, additionally to this report, the idea of having benchmarks that measure how well humans and AI can collaborate. And that may encourage companies to develop new types of jobs and exploit new opportunities. There may be whole new businesses that could emerge from that.
Yeah, that leads to my next question. So with all this research in mind, where should young students and workers actually direct their focus to prepare themselves for an AI future? I know that's a big question.
It's a big question. It's a difficult one. I wish I knew. I wish I could say this was the safe place to go, because I mean I think a few years ago we all thought coding was going to be difficult to automate, and we're seeing more advanced things like math and science. Yep. AI can tackle those. So I think the message I would say is to try and use these tools, to explore them and see how they can benefit you. I think one of the big questions we're going to face as a society is how to make sure we're still educating people so that they're really, really expert and can oversee and use these tools and maybe be more expert than them, even while they're using them. So I think you've got to embrace them. And I think that the message is overall, we just need to keep an eye on what's happening.
Definitely. Will Knight, thank you for your insight.
You know what? What's crazy is I went to a coding boot camp back in 2022, and I still talk to many of the alumni, right? And I still connect with them on social media such as IG or LinkedIn mainly. And I must tell you, a lot of these people are having a tough time finding work as a software engineer or developer. Okay. A lot of these people are now working in different fields outside of tech or outside their profession, which is a coder. So it's pretty sad to watch. I'm not saying AI is the reason for them not able to find work, but it does have a lot to do with it. Most definitely. A lot of these, people were junior devs or engineers and very talented people. They built some amazing apps and or software, not software, but like websites. Very talented people. Just hardworking. Just knowing how to basically connect the front end, the back end, the API, how to deploy to either AWS or Azure using, JSON, and just amazing, talented people, and they can't find work. Not because of AI, but just other reasons. But AI is by far one of the top 3 reasons why many people are having a tough time finding work, especially in tech. So crazy times right now, man. Let's read some comments real quick. Um, this person says, "Please stop. It's not all AI. It's awful. I'm sorry. It's offshoring. Companies are just using AI as an excuse. I can see that very much being a possibility. This is pretty accurate. Yeah." Oh, excuse me. This comment says, "I thought it said weird AI eliminating jobs." Hmm? Wired AI. Gotcha. Weird AI. That's funny. And to think that it was only a couple of years ago when Joe told 50 some things being so wait, some things being laid off to take up coding. Wait, and to think that it was only a few couple of years. So I can't even read today. It was only a couple of years ago when Joe told 50 some things being laid off to take up coding. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's pretty. It's it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I think coding is still a great thing to learn. I don't think it's something bad to to understand. But if you're looking to land a job as a coder, just basically performing basic coding, um, those days are long gone. Definitely. I have 6 years of experience in the IT industry, but I'm planning to return to farming. With AI likely to take over many IT jobs in the next 5 to 10 years, I believe blue collar work is more sustainable path forward. It depends. See, because I work in IT, and I must tell you, my line of work is almost like blue collar. And what I mean by that is the work that I do recommends humans to be involved to get that job done, right? What I do for a living, it requires humans to be involved. So from offboarding, onboarding, from setting something up with a network, switching devices such as switches, routers, um, cabling, it requires humans to be involved. I'm trying to make more sense for you. A lot of times I may have to report to someone's office to troubleshoot something, and that requires someone to perform that task, not a robot or AI. So my job in IT is pretty safe. I work as an IT support specialist. My job is pretty safe. Some things have been automated already in my job, which is amazing, right? But for the most part, yeah, I do see my job as a blue collar work, definitely. So, oh, getting tired. I have to go to bed soon. This person says, AI cannot and will never know what it's like to be human. I feel you, but right now it's doing a lot of damage, for a lot of humans too, in terms of finding work. This person says that's a weird. That is one weird. um, wow, my favorite position. Okay, where's this? Just skip that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Staring at a computer screen all day is hardly work. Let me report this. This is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That's wild. I don't mind AI replacing humans. I get tired of dealing with humans. Many of them have attitudes, and don't want to do their work anyway. I feel you. There's pros and cons to it, man. Staring at a computer screen all day is hardly why I read that one. There are no good sides to AI. It depends how you see it. Obviously, you see it in the bad light. If there are people who can oversee artificial intelligence so it does not make mistakes, we don't need AI. What a stupid comment by this guy. Ouch. A deep dive into AI. All right, one more comment, we're done. And AI will create 350 million more jobs within the next 5 years. That's interesting if that's true. Yeah. I do apologize for that one comment. That was terrible. And I made sure to report that. In the meantime, much love to you. Let me get out of here. My name is Ario DeJuiced from juicytech.com. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to link up with me on either LinkedIn, IG, or TikTok. I post on those platforms daily. Also, I have an email list newsletter available on my website called juicytech.com. Definitely would love for you to be part of that. And yeah, until next time, peace out, much love. Thanks for watching.